It doesn't work for me anymore. I've been saying this for years. It doesn't work for me to go, can't leave in the hands of the judges. It doesn't work when the president of the UFC, Dana, before every freaking fight, I said freaking, not fucking, every freaking fight, gives a speech after weigh-ins that goes, my best advice for you guys is don't leave in the hands of the judges. Now, he's saying that for two reasons, being the owner of the UFC. I think he's just the president now. There's different owners. He's lost stock, though. Anyway, he goes, the reason he's saying that, don't leave in the judges, because now this narrative, right? Sucks for Holly, sucks for Vieira. It's not cool, dude. But also, don't leave in the judges means fight to win, fight to take chances, fight to be exciting. Because when you're exciting, we get more eyeballs. When you're exciting, we get more money. Problem with that is when you're exciting, you open yourself up to you get finished faster. So there's this, so remember, love Dana. I have no animosity towards the guy at all. He's done a phenomenal job. Best to ever do it. Kudos to him. All the money in the world. But remember, he's the president of the UFC. He wants exciting fights. Even though he knows that the judging fucking sucks, that's why he goes, it gives him more credit when he goes, don't leave in the hands of the judges. We don't know what they're going to do. Instead, his number one journey before he leaves this world, before he leaves the UFC, which I don't think he ever will, but before he leaves the UFC, if I'm Dana White, we're set on money, dude. They've never made more money. We have all the talent in the world. Everybody wants to be here. Before to leave his mark, fix judging. How about that? You've already done it, dude. You've taken the UFC from this small niche sport to one of the top 5 in the world. Kudos, check. You've taken this company that was a $2 million investment and valued at $4 billion, sold for $4 billion. So that's what it's worth. $4 billion. Kudos, check. You've taken a guy in Conor McGregor that became the most famous athlete on the planet due to your wittiness, your smartness, your IQ. A lot of it has to do with Conor, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is Dana White. Dana White had the hindsight to go, I'm open to Floyd Conor. Even though we know Conor wasn't going to win that fight and it could be potentially a black eye on the UFC, he was still open to it. It's one of the most watched fights of all time. It made Conor even more famous, which brought more eyeballs to the UFC. Kudos, check. You even implemented women's fighting into the UFC, which you said you never were going to do years ago, but then you did it with Ronda Rousey. You've changed the game forever. Now some of the women are the best, biggest, most highest earning, famous people on the planet. Check. Kudos. We have all that. Your first ballot Hall of Fame for sports entertainment, hands down. You're the closest thing. You are by far the closest thing to Vince McMahon, the WWE. And he's predicated his business model off WWE, which, is insanely successful. You've done that. Check. Kudos. All that. Dude, when you pass away, Dana, they're going to build a fucking statue on the Las Vegas Strip. It's going to be massive, dude. Like you're fucking Ben Franklin in Philadelphia. Like you're Rocky Balboa, but you're a real dude. They're going to put that somewhere in Las Vegas. I guarantee you when you pass away. I bet you're so successful, you're so good at your job. I bet you they do it in the next 5 years in Vegas. That's how big of a deal. That's how smart. That's how successful you've made this company. Check. Kudos. But your number one goal, if you want to leave your mark, which you've left a huge mark, all kudos to you. You've left such a big mark. It looks like my undies when I wear whitey tighties. I got streaks. You've left so many great streaks. So many streaks. But the one streak that will change the game forever, dude, like the starting line of a NASCAR track, the one streak that you need to do, my undies do look like the starting line of the Indy 500 sometimes at 38 years old. 39, I always forget that. At 39 years old, there's a reason why I wear camouflaged underwear. There's a reason why I don't fuck with white underwear. I only do dark colors, daddy. And that's a cheat code for you boys out there. All you grown men, I know it's tough. You got those hairy asses, stuff like that. Manscaped.com, promo code SHOP. You got those hairy asses. Use that lawnmower 4.0. Get rid of that Jumanji jungle between your legs. I feel you, dog. It's tough. You try to wipe clean. Sometimes it's mission impossible. Sometimes it is so difficult. I'm better at fucking calculus than wiping my ass. And I have streaks, dude. At 39, I'm a father of 2 with streaks. You know how that makes me feel as a man? But for Dana, you want to leave your biggest streak, and you have so many streaks, so many successful streaks. The biggest mark you can do is fix judging, but you pay it no attention because and now the caveat with this, and if I'm Dana, this would be, if he hears this, and they're in the meeting on Thursday or Friday, when the fuck they do their meetings, there's no big fights this week, right? So when the team gets together, like, hey man, we've listened to Schaub, he's the best in the game. I don't think he would say, he'd be like, you're fired, get out. But this is how I picture in my head. Hey, listen to the Schaub Show, man. Yeah, you should subscribe, thick boy. Oh, he's special, just won over 1 million, Dana. Yeah, he's crushing it, man, even though you've tried to kill him. Yeah, so he was saying that you've done all this stuff. He's giving you so many compliments, man. Then he went on this weird rant about how he has streaks in his underwear at 39. Sorry, that's besides the point. But he was saying to leave your mark on the sport, you got to fix judging. That's the last thing you have to do before you sail off in the sunset and they build a statue of you. And he made something up like he knows who's going to build the statue, but they're waiting till you fix judging. I think he's full of shit there. His Reddit says he's full of shit. Anyways, so you need to fix judges, is what he's saying before you retire. Dana's going to go, judging is a commission thing. It's not a UFC thing. So it's the California Commission, it's the Nevada Commission, it's the Florida Commission, it's the New York Commission. I can't deal with that. I don't have control over them. If it was our thing, we would. But you can't. It'd be when you talk about monopoly and conflict of interest, then you're talking about WWE, because WWE doesn't have refs, right? Well, they have a ref, but they don't have judges. There's no judges. But imagine if the Dallas Cowboys hired their own referees. You're not going to get a lot of holding calls. So if the UFC hired their own judges, which is illegal, they would be able to dictate who would win. Then it's the WWE, which we can't have. I get that. Here's the thing, Uncle Dana. Here's the thing, Uncle Dana. Dana. Here's Uncle Thing, Dana. Here's the thing. When you shake the trees, the leaves fall, Daddy. So if you, every time you had a mic in front of your face, which you never met a mic you don't like myself, no hate there, dude. If when you do these interviews, you start coming up with ideas on how to change judging and what we should do, they're going to listen, because those commissions make the majority of their money off the UFC. What else are the fight commissions? What else are they making money off of? Go. Boxing? Absolutely not. There's 6 big boxing fights a year. There are 52 amazing fight cards that the UFC puts on thanks to you. 52. The dollars talk, man. If you go, listen, we're not fighting in this city. We're not fighting in Nevada, which is the capital of the UFC. It's Fight Town Central. If he goes, man, until the Nevada Commission does this, and this, we're not fighting there. I guarantee you, if you set that on a Friday, by Monday, they're making changes, Daddy. Guarantee it, dude.